What's going on, guys? This is Vince with vshred.com, and in today's video I'm going to take you through some shoulder exercises and stretches to help with shoulder mobility. If you have any kind of shoulder impingement or pain, these have been basically prescribed to me by my physical therapist due to a disc herniation that I've recently encountered. So hopefully it can help you as well. All right, like I said in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through a couple of exercises and stretches that I'm doing to help with my shoulder mobility. If you guys have been watching my past couple of videos, recently herniated a disc in my back, and basically I'm working with one of my buddies who's a disc herniation and muscle imbalance specialist. And he saw a couple of things in my body aside from the disc herniation that I'm gonna be working on. And these are exercises that he has shown me that are really helping just open everything up and make my mobility that much better. So hopefully it can help you as well. Now I will say, if you're not dealing with any kind of injuries or anything like that, or you're just looking for help with getting in shape with the proper muscle building exercises, fat burning methods of diet and training, I do have a free body type quiz, which if you've seen it before, you know how awesome it is. But if you haven't and you're looking for that first step to take in the right direction for how to get in shape, it's perfect for that, because it figures out what your goals are by you answering a couple of questions, and then spits out a video at the end telling you 3 things that you can start doing literally today if you are serious about losing weight or building muscle or burning fat or whatever it might be. So if you want to check that out, make sure you are clicking the link in the description right below this video. But I'm going to go ahead and get into these exercises. So first thing that I'm going to be doing is just a nice little roll down my back. So you're going to, and this is going to get you probably a couple of pops, and this one's going to feel really nice also, I will say. So you're going to take this and you're going to put it about in your mid back right here, and you're going to wrap your arms around each other, grab as far back as you can, push your shoulders forward so you don't want them back, push them forward. And then from there, you're going to lean back on this, and you want your back straight the whole time. You want your pelvis neutral the whole time, so you don't want to be arching, you don't want to be rounded, you want to be nice and neutral, legs in about a 90-degree angle. Reach as far back as you can, roll your shoulders forward, and then from there, you're going to take this, you're going to put the pressure back there, and you're going to roll down your back while exhaling all the way up to your traps, your shoulder area, and then you're going to roll back. And you might feel a couple of pops, might hear them, probably gonna feel really good. This is just great for opening up your back in general. So great exercise to start it out. So pretty simple one. So you're gonna do this basically down and back 10 times. You'll go 2 to 3 sets of this, and then we'll move on to the second exercise, which is going to be a reverse foam rolling snow angel. And the only reason I'm putting foam rolling in the name is simply because we're going to be laying back on a foam roller. So if you got one of the long foam rollers, that's actually going to be better. But we're going to place this, we're going to position it on our upper back, and we're also going to be resting our head on it. So it should be right about there. And then I'm going to rest my head on it just like so. So upper back and neck resting on it. And then you want to make sure that you're not arching your back like so. You want your back to be straight, pelvic neutral, just like that. And then you're going to take your arms, you're going to put them up straight towards the sky, palms in towards each other. And then you're going to take them, and then also you're letting your shoulders, you're letting gravity do its thing, and drop your shoulders down basically as far as they can around this foam roller. And so you're sticking them up, dropping them down, and then you're going to bring them out towards the side as far as you can. And if you're doing this correctly and you're keeping those shoulders back, you should feel a stretch all down through your arms. Dropping them down, and then from there, you're going to actually take your hands, take your arms, and you're going to make a snow angel with them. So you're trying to keep your fingers, your palms on the ground the whole time, but you're probably gonna find that you can't. So, and you're gonna find that I can't either, and this is something that I'm working on and why I'm doing this and why I was told to do this by my physical therapist. So you're going to be bringing them out towards the bottom and then keeping your shoulders rolled back around this foam roller, bringing them out, keeping them against the ground as long as you can. And then what you're gonna find is that once you get up to the top, right about there, is where I have the least amount of mobility. So my arms are actually being brought up off of the ground. And then I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping them as close to the ground as possible. And then when I'm up at the top, making sure that you are keeping your shoulders down, again, reinforcing the fact that they are supposed to be dropping around that foam roller. You're not trying to like reach up as high as you can. You're still keeping your shoulders down, and you're just trying to basically go out, create these snow angels, and try to keep contact with the ground the whole time. So I can keep contact, but I'm also bringing my palms up and I'm kind of just reaching as far as I can. That's better than not being able to and kind of being like this. But I would much rather have my hands like that against the ground the whole time. So that's going to become easier as you do this exercise. The more you do it, the better your shoulder mobility is going to become. And so what you want to do is go real slow through this. You do this before your workouts, after your workouts, and then also before bed is great. And basically you just go back and forth 10 times for 3 to 5 sets. And that's really going to just, by doing this and putting it through that range of motion, you're going to be helping with any kind of shoulder impingement that you got going on, or winging or anything like that. So try that one out. All right, so the next one, we're going to be working our way down vertebrae by vertebrae on our back with a foam roller. We're going to be really focusing on creating that space and kind of opening it up a little bit and decompressing, which we're always compressing it whenever you're squatting or just lifting anything really. You are compressing your spine. If you're loading up on weight, you're compressing. And so this is going to help to create a little bit of space in there. And so what you're going to do is start with this foam roller back here. You're going to start with your about mid-back. So right about there, and then what you're going to do is you're going to have your knees at about a 90-degree angle. You want your pelvis neutral again. You don't want to be arching or rounding. You want pelvic neutral, knees 90-degree angle, and then you're going to take your arms, you're going to bring them back behind your head. You're going to rest basically you're going to be holding your neck up with your hands. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to also bring your elbows together, just like so. And so from there, what you're going to do is release over as far as your mobility allows. So if you can go all the way down, touch your head to the ground, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. Go to where your body allows you, but go all the way down and back up. And then after that, what you're going to do is you're going to roll about 1 inch down, reset your pelvis, make sure you're at 90-degree angles. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows together. Once you get down to the bottom, you're gonna go the other way. So from there, you're gonna go up 1 inch and reset pelvis, reset knees, and back up. So you're gonna go down and back. You'll rest for, I don't know, 30 seconds. Then you'll do that 3 total times, and then that'll bring you, and again, this is gonna feel great. You're basically going to be focusing on creating that space in between literally each vertebrae and just trying to decompress your spine a little bit. You should feel almost taller after you do this because it works kind of like that. So yeah, that's a great one to try as well. All right, so this one is very similar to a scapular push-up, if you've ever seen those done. So basically you get into push-up position, and with a scapular push-up, you're not actually doing any kind of push-up movement. You're actually just taking your shoulders and rolling them back, pressing them forward, just like that. So that's like kind of like the beginner version of a push-up. We're gonna be doing that, but we're going to be focusing on it a little more advanced. So what you're gonna be doing, I call them trap presses, because you're going to really be focusing on using your rhomboids and your traps to press through the ground, and then also you're keeping your shoulders down. So rather than just kind of being in whatever kind of position and pressing and doing that, because when you're up here, a lot of times you find yourself kind of shrugged up. What you want to do is take your shoulders and drive them down towards like your hips almost. So not like back, but down towards your hips. You want to depress your scapula there, and then you want to keep them in that position the whole time. So from there, what you're going to do is keep them down, and then you're going to press through the ground, really trying to focus on those muscles in the back, your rhomboids. So you have your traps, and then as you go down, you have these muscles in your inner back called your rhomboids, and you really want to focus on using those muscles to press down together and really try to get them as far as you can, like get your arms down as far as you can, and then you're going to bring your rhomboids and you're going to almost flex them as you bring your arms back. And one more thing, you want to make sure that your chin is not forward like this. You want to almost make a double chin with your, like a double neck, you guys know what a double chin is? You want to basically bring your chin from out to in, like that, because that is going to be relaxing your traps as much as possible. So make sure that you are creating that double chin, depressing your scapula, and then pressing down, and then flexing your rhomboids and bringing them back. And from there, you're going to do it again. Press, keeping them compressed down like that, chin up and in, and back. Just like that. And that is going to be a great exercise for really just protracting, retracting your scapula, which is a great way to improve your mobility if you have any kind of shoulder pain, shoulder impingement, winging, scapula winging, anything like that. Great exercise for all of those. All right, so this one I got what I call lying hand slides, and the reason I call that is because you're gonna be lying down on your back, and then from there, you're taking your hands, you're putting them down on the ground next to your head. So down on the ground, and your elbows, you want them facing towards the ceiling. And then you're going to basically take your hands and you're going to slide them out away from your body. But what you want to make sure that you're doing is keeping your shoulders, like I said, depressed and back, because you don't want them up as you do this. You don't want them kind of forward and just like that. You want them depressed down, and then you're going to take your elbows, keep them up towards the ceiling, palms on the ground, all the way in, and then you're going to keep your elbows facing the ceiling the whole time. Get those out as far as you can, or get your hands away from your body as far as you can, keeping your shoulders depressed and back up, keeping your elbows together as much as possible. So you're gonna go nice and slow between as far away from your body as possible and as close to your shoulders as possible, keeping those shoulders down, keeping your elbows in, and this is going to be great for the range of motion in your shoulder or just anything you got going on. It should just kind of click, and you should feel it really well. And the more you do it, the more you're going to be able to keep that elbow in, the more you're going to be able to actually face your palm towards the ground. And because what you're going to find is that naturally, if you do have any kind of shoulder impingement, you're going to be down on the ground and you're going to do this, and your elbow is going to flare out. So if you can't see what I'm saying, it's going to go in and then it's going to flare out rather than staying in towards your body the whole time. So the more you do it, the more you're going to be able to keep that elbow straight up and down, and that's going to help with that shoulder mobility. All right, so this one, and this is the final one for the shoulders, is we're going to be doing a wall chest press stretch. So like I said, we're going to be using this wall right here, and we're going to be acting almost as if we're doing a sort of like fly. If you've ever seen those machines at your gym that you kind of put your elbow into it right there, and then there's a handle, and you bring them together like that, and it's kind of like a fly machine. It's going to be very similar to that, because you're going to be taking your arm, putting it against the wall right here, and then taking your and then also you don't want your shoulder rolled forward. You want it back and down, so don't be doing that. Get that back and down, and then you're going to take your elbow and you're going to press through the wall, activating your pec almost like you're doing that fly machine. So almost like you're trying to bring this wall across your body. You're going to press it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, you're going to turn your body and you're going to get as much of a stretch in that shoulder and that chest as much as possible. So you're gonna hold that for about 30 seconds and then you're gonna switch. And so the other side is gonna be the same thing. You're gonna take this, you're going to not have your shoulder forward, you're gonna roll it back and press it down, press that through the wall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then take your body and turn that as much as possible, feeling that stretch, getting as far back as you can basically, because this is going to be helping with increasing that range of motion and just getting a nice stretch in your delts, your shoulder in general, your pec. Just great for getting that mobility there if you're lacking. And I can feel it really well, making sure that you are continually trying to press and press and press and press and trying to stretch more and more and more. And by doing that, you're going to increase that mobility. So making sure you're doing both, pressing for 5 seconds, and also really make sure that you're not letting your shoulders roll forward. You want them down and you want them back. So like that, not that. Down and back, pressing in, and then stretching or stretching that way. So making sure you're pressing and then turning your hips, turning your feet, and getting that arm back as far as you can to help to stretch that area. So those are all the exercises. If you're dealing with any kind of shoulder impingement or shoulder pain or anything like that, these are the exercises that I've been prescribed to do by the physical therapist due to just a couple of imbalances that I got in my body and not really working on mobility as much as I should. And I'm gonna be working on that again. If you're trying to just get in shape and you are just looking for those aesthetics and you're trying to build muscle, you're trying to burn fat, lose weight, got a body type quiz, tells you what to do to get in shape to reach those goals. The link in the description below. Also, if you are looking for more content like this, I got videos coming all the time for you guys. And when I truly am back in the gym after kind of recovering from this, and I got a couple more videos coming about the exercise regimen that I'm doing even with back pain, that's going to be helping even more with this and these stretches. I also just made a video about like hip mobility, and I'm making a video about ankle mobility. So make sure you're subscribing to the channel because I'm gonna have tons of videos coming at you all the time, and make sure you're turning on the notifications. That way you get notified when I post a new video. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you, and I'll see you in the next one.